Hello, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Kelly. I'm from Apothecary, and I'm here to guide us through a meditation for the transition into winter and winter solstice. So, you can have a comfortable seat or you can lie down. If you want to cover your eyes, if you're lying down, that can be nice. If you're sitting up, just wiggle around, take any last stretches you need. Maybe close the door and let anyone else in your house know that you'll be back in a little bit, but you need some time to yourself. And once you're there, slow down your breathing. Really long inhale through your nose, as full as you can, and then open your mouth and sigh out. And a sigh to me is different than just an exhale. A sigh is like a full body breath out. So as you sigh out, let your shoulders drop. Let your head and neck relax. Go ahead again, in through your nose. Sigh out. Deciding that for this next little span of time, you're going to let gravity take over in the job of holding you up. You don't need your muscles or any plans. Breathing slowly, imagine you can feel the weight of your bones. And how they settle into the earth, or how they're stacked one at a time on top of each other. Letting yourself sink and connect a little more with each exhale. When winter, things become very still and clear. So let stillness settle upon you like leaves settling down onto the ground. And usually when we follow our breathing in a yoga class, you think of inhaling and that's an upward motion, but we're going to reverse it. So when you inhale, picture that breath traveling down all the way down your spine and filling up your belly. Inhale draws down. And when you exhale, instead of traveling that breath back up, use it to release and settle into the ground. So you inhale to draw in, and exhale, you let that air disperse throughout your hips, your legs, just settling you. And if you had roots that went into the ground, you'd be drawing this breath and this sunlight in. And with the exhale, you'd be sending it down deeper into those roots, into the belly of your body to nourish and take care of it. Drawing the air down and settling in and down. And if you like to visualize when you meditate, I do. You can picture a tree at this point and what it's been going through in this season. The first half of the year are periods of tremendous output. Growing, making leaves, flowers, fruit, attracting all the pollinators, interacting with the animals. But where did all of that energy come from? That energy came from the second half of the year, the fall and the winter. So this is where we move from output to input, digestion, and restoration. So to start this process of transitioning from output of energy to input and nourishing, picturing that tree in full summer and spring flower. And imagine if you were a tree, how would that look for you? Can you feel that in your body? Can you feel the energy surging up your spine, your trunk? Your outstretched arms and branches reaching out to the pollinators, reaching out to capture the sun. Your greatest expression radiating out. But at a certain point, the resources around you start to change. And naturally, you're going to change with them. So imagine like an exhale, all those connections that you made, that you were pumping energy into, all of those leaves. With each exhale, you're going to drop some of that. Dropping activities and plans. Saying yes to a few less commitments. Coming indoors a little earlier, nourishing yourself, cuddling up. Exhaling and dropping that pressure to constantly output, perform. And not with a feeling of loss, but with a feeling of you've done plenty. And this is natural. And just how it feels good to exhale after you've been holding your breath. Fall is this exhale. Let go of some of that pressure on your stuff. The stuff that needs to be done and on yourself. And finally, with one last sigh, or maybe even a shake, drop those last few leaves. And inhale all of this energy, all of this output and connection, draw it all back into yourself. Draw it back into your heart. Everything that you've been outputting just for now, reverse the flow. And feel this energy turning around and drawing back into your heart. And feel your heart growing warmer and softer. As it instinctually knows what to do with this energy. You didn't have to plan for it. All you had to do was start to let go. Like the bear doesn't have to plan to hibernate. It just knows. It just knows when its resources are dried up. You have instincts too, like this. And it's a great gift to yourself and to the world to follow these instincts at this time. Keep drawing that energy in and down, knowing that nothing else is needed of you right now. And then as your heart feels warm and nourished, like you're pouring honey, pour that energy farther down your spine and let it come into your belly, the bowl of your belly and your hips. Like in between your hip bones, there's a great golden bowl. And you're filling it up with everything that you've learned and gathered and experienced during spring and summer. And it needs to come down into this rooted place in order to digest and in order for you to grow and evolve and change into what will be needed in the coming seasons. And just imagine traveling deeper and deeper into yourself, into your roots. And any thought that comes by asking you to do something else or make a plan or interact with your surroundings, drop that thought into your heart. Let it know that it's okay. And then soften that energy down into your body. And you can even imagine that now, with all this sinking energy, that you've sunk under the earth. And there's nothing on that loud, bright, cold world of the surface that you have to interact with right now. only thing you need to do is let all of this external information and energy from the bright seasons stew and percolate and develop into wisdom. And this all happens instinctually in times of rest. In times of journaling, sleeping in, moving slow, brewing a pot of tea, cooking something nourishing. All of this information and intelligence is going to slowly transform and ripen into wisdom. Root wisdom, body wisdom, natural wisdom, instinctual bone, belly wisdom. And here underground, you can rest. If there's a part of you or a thought that's still just straining to still be active because it feels like you don't quite have what you need yet. There's just some little thing that needs to be settled or situated, finished, or planned out. Give that flickering thought some love again. And cradle it. It's not your fault. We're responding to these messages from our society that it's never quite the right time to rest. And that as soon as we finish a few more things or get a few more things or line up our projects, send that email, then we'll be able to reward ourselves. So soothe and cradle that feeling. And follow that instinctual knowledge, the knowledge you were born with, that it's time to draw in. Remembering that if the bear didn't hibernate and tried to keep going in the cold of winter, it wouldn't see spring or summer. And you know this already. It's so good for you. If you're able to reach your arms around your body. Let your chin drop down to your chest and give yourself a little squeeze. It's okay, no one's watching. A little hug, confirming that feeling that you have all that you need here and that is going to naturally develop into the wisdom you need for the coming months. And all you have to do is take care of yourself. And then you can start to wake up your body just by rubbing along your arms, taking in a deeper breath through your nose, letting your chest fill up. Rolling your shoulders, stretching your arms, rubbing your face, your scalp, and your neck. Giving yourself a little thank you for that internal wisdom is always available to access. And thinking about nourishing and warming your body with the root plants. Roots that are nourishing like burdock, astragalus, warming the heart and the blood with ginger, making some delicious buttery sweet potatoes or stew. Yeah. The root plants are obvious. You can just go to the roots, right? All right. Thank you so much for letting me be with you in this time. And I hope that you really get to nourish yourself as we transition into the back half of the year. And again, my name is Kelly from Apothecary. Please take care.